Hey everybody, it's so good to see you again, all of our online kiddos. Well, as we promised, we invited you to join us to build Pop-Tart houses, and that's what we're going to do this morning. Most of you are familiar with gingerbread houses, but I don't know about you, mine always fall apart. I don't know, there's something about the hardness of that gingerbread, it doesn't work quite as well, but we've discovered kind of a new and innovative way to build a Pop-Tart house. And what we're going to do today is, usually we build houses, gingerbread houses or Pop-Tart houses around Christmas time, but we're getting pretty close to Valentine's Day. So what we thought we'd do this morning is we'd build a Valentine Pop-Tart gingerbread house. Doesn't that sound like fun? And yesterday, I just kind of wanted to show you this. I'm thinking that this isn't the best Valentine Pop-Tart gingerbread house, but this is what we're hoping for today. We're hoping to build a really cool house out of Pop-Tarts and frosting and candy. Doesn't that sound like fun? I think so. So I'm going to put this right here so we can kind of see where we're going to end up. So let's begin today with taking a look at all the ingredients that we're going to need today to build our houses. The first ingredient, and probably the most important, is Pop-Tarts. So boys and girls and moms and dads, if you just want to take some time and make sure you have all your ingredients, that would be really cool. Okay, so we need how many Pop-Tarts? 6. Yeah, let's count them out. I've kind of got them set aside here. So count out your Pop-Tarts and put them in little groups of 2. You can put those on your kitchen table. So I've got mine here. What flavor did you get? I got blueberry. And I ran out of some of the blueberries, so I had to go with strawberry, but it's really okay because Pop-Tart houses can be any color. So you got your 6 Pop-Tarts here, and I'm going to invite you to put a spare to the side, just in case something happens with your Pop-Tart. You want to be able to have a spare. So you got 6 Pop-Tarts. Let's count that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're good to go. Now, here's an ingredient that looks a little strange. I asked your mom and dad to get you some frosting at the store. You can also make your own if that's a little bit easier. So what I'd like you to do with that frosting is get a Ziploc bag. I have a Ziploc bag here, and put about, I'd say about 3 scoops of frosting in there. And you're going to squish it down so it kind of looks like a funnel. Do you see that? And then, where's my scissors? Here it is. And then at the very tip in the corner, I know this sounds really weird, but trust me, this is going to work. You're going to snip off that end. And then it's going to be kind of like a super cool frosting holder that makes your Pop-Tart stick. And you can draw little lines. It's really, really fun. So before we started this videotape, I put blue frosting into Ziploc bags because some people like to use different colors. And over here, I've got white frosting. And I'm going to snip that off right now. Now, you might notice that I've got 2 stations set up here, and it's only me right now. I gotta tell you a little secret, boys and girls. We have someone else here today who's running our camera. She wants to kind of help me get a close-up of what we're doing today. But I'm gonna ask Laura to just come up and run up to the front here and say hello, because she's gonna be joining us a little bit later. And we're standing 6 feet apart, almost. So say hello to Laura. She'll be back in just a minute to help us build the houses. Okay, so we've got all of our ingredients. We've got Pop-Tarts, we've got frosting in a Ziploc bag, and oh, I forgot to show you these. Look at all this candy. What's that? It's gummy bears. Those are my favorite. We've got M&M candies, and they're kind of Valentine colors, aren't they? Because we're going to make a Valentine house. And then we've got peppermints, jelly beans, Valentine hearts, and then a little licorice. And you might have different candies. It really doesn't matter what you use. You could even use Fruit Loops if you want. Just go to your cupboard and grab some cereal. Whatever you want is just fine. Okay, so let's begin. You might want to set aside a good sharp knife, and of course when we have sharp knives we want to have someone help us to cut the Pop-Tarts. And also over here, your hands might get a little sticky with the frosting. So I've got some Clorox wipes. We have a lot of those around now with the pandemic, don't we? So you should be good to go, and paper towels. All right, let's begin. Let's take a look at our 6 Pop-Tarts. Are you all sitting at your kitchen table now? You got your ingredients all set out? All right, I'm gonna walk at a good pace with you through this demonstration so nobody gets left behind. And I will tell you, you can always stop your video and kind of take a closer look at what we're doing. So that's something you can do too. Okay, so let's begin with 2 Pop-Tarts, okay? And what we want to do with these 2 ordinary looking Pop-Tarts is we want one to look like this. What does that remind you of? It's a rooftop. And the other one we want to look like this, because we're gonna glue those together with frosting. Isn't that cool? So how do we get our Pop-Tarts, our first 2 Pop-Tarts looking like this? Let me show you. All right, and Laura has promised she's gonna zoom in. So take your 2 Pop-Tarts on your kitchen table and put one that way and one this way, okay? So one is sideways and one is straight up. And then take your knife, and what you wanna be able to do, and you can ask your mom to help you with this, is you wanna cut the rooftop right at the edge of that Pop-Tart that's on its side. And you wanna make a triangular cut, like that. That's half of the roof, isn't it? And then you wanna take this Pop-Tart and put it on the other side. You got your knife again? And you make another triangular cut. Okay, so there's your roof. And then you take this Pop-Tart that's on the side and you go, you turn it, and you want that Pop-Tart to be the side of the house. So here's what you do. You cut it right at the base of the roof, and there you go. So that's one side of our house, and I've already got the other side cut. So if you want to stop the video for a little bit right now and make that second side and roof, go ahead. We're just going to keep going here, but you can always catch up with us, right? Okay, so we've got the base of the house all set. And you can pull out a plate from your cabinets in the kitchen, or you can use a paper plate like the one I've got here, because we want the house to have a firm foundation. So grab a plate, and then this is the fun part. This is the really super fun part. And you gotta be really, really careful with this, because you don't want your house to fall apart, right? So you take your two pieces, I'll just put one on the plate right now, and you're gonna, this is gonna be like a big pencil that you squeeze, but you're gonna squeeze the frosting on one side of that side piece, and then you're gonna squeeze the frosting on the other side. Isn't that slick? This is really cool. Don't you think, Laura? All right. So what do you think we do next? I bet we take this piece and we sort of put it together like that. And what's really cool about Pop-Tarts is that you got good frosting, it's like glue. It works pretty well. So then you take the other piece, the other side piece, and you do the same thing. Let's put the blue frosting. Isn't this blue frosting cool, Laura? She's shaking her head. There you go. And we're going to put that piece right here. I have blueberry Pop-Tarts, and Laura was telling me before we started today that blueberry Pop-Tarts are her favorite. I love Pop-Tarts, don't you? See how cool that is? And you gotta be really, really careful. But that frosting, I'm telling you, it sticks pretty well. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just put a little bit on the outside here so it's a little bit sticky. Just so it kind of holds together, maybe a little bit on top there. See that? Is yours sticking together? I bet it is. Okay, so what do you think comes next? You're right, you're absolutely right. It's the roof. It's the roof. I'll tell you what Laura did. She can't say anything because she's running the camera, but she went like this. That's absolutely right, it is the roof. So grab your super cool frosting pencil in a Ziploc bag, and we're gonna draw frosting on the roof. So cool. One side here, one side there. Ah, that frosting has a mind of its own. And you know what? It doesn't matter if it's sort of like drapes over one side. Doesn't matter a bit, because it's still going to be a beautiful house, right? There we go. Laura, are you liking this blue frosting? Boys and girls, how about you? I heard a lot of you just cry out, yeah, I love that blue frosting. Whatever color you have, if it's white or it's blue, doesn't matter a bit. Now, we got to get that roof on, don't we? And I'm wondering, boys and girls, should I put a white roof on the house? Or should I put pink? I'm thinking, since it's Valentine's Day, and you know what? Laura's thinking pink too. She's got a pink sweater on for Valentine's Day. I think we should go with pink. All right, so we're gonna put that roof right on the top there. And you know, it's gonna hang over just a little bit. Do you notice that? How there's a little bit of overhang, and that's the way roofs look, right? And then we're gonna put this roof on like that. And You know, it might be good to just hold it for just a minute. Yep. I'm gonna turn this around. What do you think? Laura, what do you think? It's pretty darn cool. All right, so we're gonna continue here, and you see this little opening right here where the two roof pieces come together? We're gonna just take a little bit of frosting and just very, very carefully put the frosting there. I might need to squish this. See, that's the thing with this frosting. You gotta kind of keep squishing it down. All right? There it is. Okay, here we go. So cool. Do you like that? I think it looks pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna set my frosting aside. We didn't even need to use our spare Pop-Tarts. Did you use yours? I heard a lot of you say no. That must mean you're doing really, really well. All right, at this time, we're gonna move into kind of the fun part, which is putting the candy on top of the roof and all around on the sides. And what I wanna tell you, boys and girls, is that whatever candy you have, it's your Pop-Tart gingerbread house. It's your house. And in the scriptures, there's a beautiful passage, I think it's in the Psalms, and it goes like this. Unless the Lord builds the house, the workers labor in vain. And what that means, boys and girls, is that our lives are like a house. And God wants our house, our life, to be beautiful and strong and lovely, just like a Pop-Tart gingerbread house. And He will help us build it. Isn't that wonderful? All right, so I'm going to call Laura to come up here right now. And we got a little chair for her. I'm going to move down a little bit. And I'm going to move this over to Laura so she can help us with the candy. Is that okay, Laura?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Laura, I have a question. When you look at your roof there, do you want white frosting? See how we have white frosting here? Or do you want white frosting or blue frosting?
I think I want the blue frosting.
All right. I'm going to give her this fresh bag of frosting. And Laura, here's your scissors.
Thank you.
I'll let you cut that because that's your bag.
I like how squishy it is.
It is squishy, isn't it?
Let's see. I think.
It's a hard decision. Laura's kind of thinking about what kind of candy she wants.
I really like Twizzlers. Do you like Twizzlers too?
I love Twizzlers.
They're my favorite. I know that some of your Sunday school teachers really like Twizzlers too.
Twizzlers are really nice and chewy, aren't they?
They are. They're the perfect road trip snack.
They are. You're absolutely right. When you're driving a long, long way, it's kind of fun to have licorice.
You know, how many of you have Sophie as your Sunday school teacher? Did you know that when we drove all the way to Idaho, we had a big, huge bag of Twizzlers and we ate them all on our way to Idaho. They were our favorites and we had to get more on our way home.
Laura, that sounds like so much fun.
It was.
I'm loving the way that Laura is putting licorice around the edges of her house. even on top. Isn't that way super cool? That looks really beautiful, Laura.
Thank you. Let's see, what else do we have? Some M&Ms. Let's see, I think I'm gonna use some hearts.
All right.
I kind of just want to play with the squishy frosting all day.
That's a really good idea. What Laura's doing is she's just putting little dots of frosting on her house. I think that's really cool. You can also just kind of frost your roof too, but I think Laura's got a good idea because our house is still drying, and you just kind of want to be gentle, right, Laura?
Yeah, I've had too many gingerbread houses fall apart on me. But these stay together so much better than gingerbread houses.
They do. I wonder why.
I don't know.
I wonder if it's because they're softer, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've made houses out of graham crackers and gingerbread. The graham cracker ones almost always fall apart right away.
Yeah, graham crackers, they kind of fall apart anyway, right?
Yeah, they do. Unless you're an expert.
Yeah.
Is anybody's mom an expert at breaking apart graham crackers? My mom is.
You can make lots of things out of graham crackers, can't you?
Yeah.
Graham cracker crust, have you ever had that?
Ooh.
Or pie?
Yeah.
Or s'mores?
Yeah.
Yeah, Laura brings the kids to camp every summer, and I bet you make a lot of s'mores, don't
I
you?
love s'mores. I'm an expert with s'mores. I bet you didn't know that about me.
I kind of did.
Did you guys know that? Did you know that I'm a s'mores expert?
I bet you don't know too many s'mores experts, do you?
But do you know why I'm a s'mores expert? It's because I worked at camp for so long.
So Laura's putting M&Ms. Do you want to show them? Kind of
Yeah.
slide it and show them what you're doing there.
I gotta be real.
Oh, that's way cool.
Can you see? I'm not behind the camera anymore. I can't zoom in.
Yeah.
And you know what? I already found a dog hair that came off of my sweater, so it really is mine.
Someday you'll have to bring Zoe and Roxy and...
Oh yeah. I have a cat and a dog. And I always find their hairs everywhere. Who else has that problem? I'm sure lots of you do. I think I'm almost done, Nancy.
I think that is just a beautiful house.
I
Now,
think I'm all done.
let me just ask the boys and girls. You know, some Pop-Tart houses, they have little decorations. They have little decorations around the house, and maybe, you know, I was thinking maybe dots. You could put like bushes around the house, or something in the yard.
Some bears, maybe?
That's a good idea. Bears, because sometimes bears hang out in the yard, don't they? Not really in Minnesota where we live, but
No, but maybe my house has some bears that live there.
really.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's some bears that live here.
Little ones or big ones?
Oh, I don't know. Little bears that like to, you know, play in the frosting,
Ah.
I think. There, I'm putting
One-
them at the front of, by the, well, where there would be a door.
Once I was running early in the morning, and you know what I saw?
A bear?
No, I didn't see a
Oh.
bear. I saw a fox.
Oh.
And I thought it was a dog, but it was a fox. And he just kind of watched me. He didn't follow me or anything. I think he was probably more scared of me than I was of him.
We saw a fox right outside the church, right back there.
Did you?
Yes, when we were coming home, we had gone out, and here are my bears.
Oh, it's like the bears are just so happy with your house.
We saw a fox when we came home. We were here for a lock-in, and the fox was out. I think he might have been playing in our gaga pit. Maybe he had some friends over, and they just left before we got home. I don't know.
Was it night?
It was night.
Oh,
It was about midnight.
wow. Yeah, they like to come out at night, don't they? Mm-hmm. All right, last thing we want to do is dots. Where are the dots? Should we put some little bushes out on the
Sure.
side
I
here?
think so.
I'll let you do that.
Okay.
Because like a lot of houses do have bushes. Boys and girls, do you have bushes and trees in your backyard? I heard a lot of you say yeah.
Let's see, bushes right here in the front. Oh, that looks nice. These are pretty dots. I've
That
never
looks so beautiful.
Here, how does that look?
And I love how you chose blue frosting.
Yeah.
That looks very, very beautiful. All right. Well, let's put our houses together. Don't those houses look wonderful? You know, boys and girls, when you get done building your Pop-Tart gingerbread house, would you do us a favor? Can you send us a picture of you and your house? And should we post that
I think so.
online?
I think so.
And maybe we can take a picture of you and me and we'll post it online. And then we'll see, because I would love to see your houses. Because every single one, don't you think is going to be different?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you put on your house.
Yeah, because everybody has a different imagination. And everyone has different candy that they think might work on their house. So would you do that for us, boys and girls? Would you send us a picture? Well, Laura, we've come to the end of our wonderful time together, and we've got two super cool Pop-Tart houses here. And I was thinking maybe we could ask Laura to close us in prayer. Would that be a good idea? Laura, would you close us in prayer?
Sure.
All right.
Hey God, we thank you for this week. We thank you for our families that help us build these beautiful houses and all the people that we share our homes with. We thank you for sunshine, and we thank you for this time that we can be together and learn more about you. We thank you for our church family and our families at home. And we pray that you keep us all safe and healthy until we can be together in person again. We pray all these things in Jesus' name, and all God's people said, Amen.
Amen. We'll see you later, boys and girls.